My name's Pete Woods, you're watching Hexham TV. Who are you?
I'm Edward Heslop, Chairman of Sport Tynedale.
So Edward, what is Sport Tynedale?
Sport Tynedale was started 50 years ago when some sporting enthusiasts, the editor of the Hexham paper, the headmaster Edward Waite from Hiddenbridge High School and others realised that we had some very strong sporting candidates in the area who needed a little bit of help now and then, but also some recognition. And so we have two strings to our bow, as it were. We do have a recognition by way of the big awards night, which is on December the 8th at the Mart this year, Sunday, December the 8th. And we acknowledge clubs, individuals, long-standing contributors to sport, whereby we are sponsored by EGA for this award. And we also have a bursary called the Stan Calvert Award, which is for a young person who, in the eyes of the sponsor, and the sponsor for the Calvert Award are NFU Mutual Insurance, would benefit from this bursary of £600 to help them progress and maximise their ability.
So what sort of area does the Sport Tynedale Award cover?
Sport Tynedale, if you basically live in the Hexham political, and I hate to bring politics into it, but if you are in the Hexham political area of Hexham, you qualify.
And people can nominate their clubs, their coaches, their people that they're in their sporting club?
Exactly, yes. To get an award, you need to be nominated. We don't go out and pull people out of hats and such like and headlines. It's up to people within clubs and organisations, and often it's parents, who think that it's somebody worthy of recognition. They put that nomination in. The nomination period is currently open, and it closes on the 28th of November. So there are classes for clubs, there are classes for teams, there are classes for young sportsmen, old sportsmen, disabled, and we also have the sort of the flagship, which is the Unsung Hero, which EGA sponsor for someone who's done so much over the years behind the scenes. And likewise, we have a personality who maybe did all that, but in the front of the scenes, and is well known. So it's across the board, it's all ages, and it is an exhilarating night when you see some of the talent and the effort that has to go in to people to compete, especially at that step higher level. And the other thing we do is we provide grants, and that is specifically for people who are excelling in their chosen sport and need a little bit of help to maybe compete, represent the region, maybe down in the Midlands or something like that. And I was taken aback a number of years ago when we had a young sportsman who was doing exactly that, and he had to go down to Leicester. Well, of course, he needed someone to chaperone him, he needed to stay the night. But the thing that struck me as being strange was that he also, in representing the north of England in the English trials, had to pay a £70 entry fee, which stumped me a bit. And we will support people like that to just go out and maximise their ability and give them that opportunity. And that works two ways, because yes, the financial element helps. It's not huge, it's up to £250, but it's also the fact, as one young man told me, the fact that you thought that I was worthy of that makes a difference. So we do that, and we also assist clubs who have members within them who want to attain coaching levels. Coaching's not cheap, and we will give a grant of up to £150 for people who are going to volunteer and coach within their club, and that is available on our website. That's another thing that we do. The finances come from a degree of sponsorship, but also parish and town councils very supportive in giving us this money that we can relocate. We're all volunteers, so nothing gets taken out of that. What we get in goes back out, and it's important that these people are flagged up when they are performing and supported in the troughs as well as the peaks to a degree, and that's what we try to identify.
And I've been at a number of the awards, Ed, and I've seen the pride of people who have been nominated and who have been successful in being given an award in completely diverse different sports, and lots and lots of different levels. But what it is, it's about getting people to achieve their potential in their chosen sport, isn't it?
It is. It is our 50th anniversary this year, and if you go back and look at the cups from 48, 49 years ago, the sports were a little bit limited. Traditional, your rowing, your rugby, your cricket, football, a degree of athletics, golf. But now we've got new sports in, the likes of paddleboard, the likes of taekwondo, the new tennis thing that's opening up at Prior's Flat, which name I forget. But we have got such a broad, across the board representation of people. And I'm always amazed. I've been chairman for 14 years now, and I've always said to potential sponsors, come and watch it. I can't tell you how good it is when you see, especially these young kids who are just excelling at what they're doing, and the commitment they have to put in to it, and the parents have to put in to ferry them about left, right and centre. A number of years ago we had a very good swimmer who up the North Tyne, way above Bellingham, who was coming down to Wentworth at 5:45 in the morning to train. And I think she was 12, maybe 14 at maximum. And that commitment was going in to have to do it. And that's what we recognise here. We're a little bit out in the wilds, and to get to a centre of excellence, if you like, can be expensive. So we try and smooth that road.
So where do people go for further information, Ed?
Well, we've got the website, which is relatively straightforward, as in www.sport-tynedale.com. All the information's on there about nominating, about what we do with the grants. One thing I would really like to ask people to do is to have a look at that, and there is a position that you can do to affiliate to us, totally free of charge. And what that does is you get on the Sport Tynedale website and you can publicise your own club, you can say what you've done, what you're intending to do, what you've got on next week or such like. But it also opens the door for these grants that I mentioned earlier. To get a grant for either the coaching or the excelling in their sport, you need to be affiliated to Sport Tynedale. And I repeat, it's free of charge. We just need people on that website and populating it and encouraging the word of mouth. I mean, we know that the Hexham Grant still cover the sports to a degree. It's not to what it used to be, and we need to get that link going where other clubs can inform each other and help each other, whether it be fundraising initiatives or just general sporting, coaching, tips and what have you. So that is the website to go to, and I would urge as many clubs and organisations as possible to look at it and affiliate, and the bigger we get, the better it'll circulate.
Ed, thank you very much for talking to Hexham TV.
Well, that's great to publicise. As I say, 50th year coming up. The awards are on December the 8th. We have about 10 days left for your nominations. Please have a think, put your nominations in, and please affiliate if you can as a club.
And get involved in sport at whatever level.
Never underestimate the effect that sport has on every age, whether you're growing up in your teenage years and you get team camaraderie, and it's a little bit about learning about life. You don't win every time, but it's how you react. And the friendships that I've had in my 60 years of sport in this area, they're still there to see now.
Thank you, Edward.